Salutations everyone, this is Razor again, giving you guys another Overwatch 2 video where today we're going to be talking about support and kind of the new way that you need to play support in Overwatch 2. And that, in no small terms, is killing people. That's really what support is going to be good at, and that's kind of what you're going to need from them, more so than you did in Overwatch 1. Overwatch 1, 2 tanks, they both should be getting most of the heals, while DPS try to win you that fight by getting a pick, and then snowballs from there, right? Overwatch 2, not so much, especially if you get pinned, so don't do that. You can be much more aggressive, and yes, people have talked about being more vulnerable as a support, but it doesn't have to be that way. If you're trying to play the same support in every single situation, yeah, that can happen to you. You're going to have to make some switches, change your play style, and the best way to do that in Overwatch 2 is to be aggressive, be aggressive. That's kind of what is best in push as well. I mean, outside of, the start of it, there's no poke. And you're not defending a point because the bot is constantly moving. It's a little bit like payload, but obviously you're sharing the payload. So sometimes you're attacking a moving point, and sometimes you're defending a moving point. And Reinhardt gets a little bit greedy on that pin there and gets nothing for it. And now he's just kind of isolated. We won the fight up front, and now he's going to die to a couple of supports. And that's really what happens in this game. The Zenyatta and I absolutely take advantage of the follies of the enemy team. Their comp, how they're playing, and just straight up raw mechanical skill and decision making as well. I boop the Sojourn to isolate her, get the kill. Discorded, no problem. Boop the Rhine, Zen ults, and we're at the very least going to get out of that situation, right, for free, because we have the healing and I have the speed boost, and I don't need to get healing. That is one of the greatest things. It's so underrated that you don't know how great it is until you go back to Overwatch 1, but not having to rely on your other support player to heal you on a support that doesn't self-heal automatically, like Mercy, or one that can do it in the middle of a fight like Brigitte with Inspire, is that you can sort of take these duels and take the angles that you want and not have to worry about, man, I hope they heal me, man, I hope I can get to that med kit, man, I better switch to healing aura. Nope, I can stay on speed, climb the walls, get in a position, activate my self-healing, engage the enemy, boop them out of position, and they're dead. Lucio is absolutely amazing on push. He's especially great on Colosseo, especially, I mean, you got the middle part where it's just walls, 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 and the other side we have the stairs and the bridge, and he can navigate those with ease. It is really, really fun playing Lucio on Colosseo especially, but also just really good on any push map. He can be aggressive with the team, speed boosting them around. He can take all kinds of flanks and angles and not having to worry about getting singled out, because he can get out, has a little bit of self-healing if he's going to be smart, and take some duels, boot people's out of positions, and obviously just have a good old time. Our Zenyatta absolutely rules in this game. Both of our DPSs don't do much. This Bastion gets out-damaged and out-limbed by both supports. And our Zen leads the team in eliminations and damage, and I'm just behind Junker Queen for second in a nice little cheeky third spot as we try to hound down this Reaper that tries to fly away, gets a big pack, but doesn't matter. Maintain my distance, and our DPS supposed to take care of the rest, but then they get killed by the enemy. Lucio drop the beat, try to mitigate the damage here, get the push bot as far as possible, but if not, just stall, because the way that push is played, obviously you've all seen it at the highest levels. You win the first fight, or at the very least you get a lead, if you don't have the lead to begin with, and then you just kind of stall, retreat, and then hopefully somewhere along the way win a fight. You don't have to wipe the enemy team. You don't have to. It's like, okay, die on the bot. Nope, you can just kind of retreat as long as the bot isn't pushing the enemy barricade. You're good. You're good. You can retreat, heal, reconvene, find a weak target, and then go to town. That is what we do here. We're not even a coordinated team. We have a Junker Queen, and they were trying to make Reinhardt work. He didn't work. Not to say that Reinhardt is bad on this or any other map. He's good. He's a good choice. He can work. But against us, bad choice. Bad choice. We were too aggro, and I mean, I did what I could for the Zen. You know, speed boost. You know, he puts the healing orb on me, and I run away like a hero to my soft, warm, cozy team. And we get to the bot. Sure, we don't have our full team, and they do, but we drop an ult, and boom, 2 kills. Sojourn with a well-placed a little orb there, and I'm behind. I'm behind them. There's not a lot they can do. Sure, I'm not there to heal my team, but Junker Queen obviously has her commanding shout to give a little bit of sustain as I'm poking from behind. It's a chaotic fight in push, and what's great about it, well, sometimes it's not so great, that you're going to be a little bit more pigeonholed in how you can play the game, because there's only one tank. There's no flexibility on how that tank v tank fight is going to go, right? And I see these 2 on the bridge. I'm going to see if I can isolate 1 or 2, and boom, I find the soldier. He's dead to rights. Our Zen pops his ultimate, and I'm going to take the duel. This is what Lucio can do. He has a healing station, right? I could boop him out of it. If he doesn't, I chase him down. He has the Helix rocket me for some good damage, or he's going to lose that fight, and that's what's really good about Lucio. And it doesn't even have to be Lucio. I feel like it happens to be the best example here in how you can be aggressive with a healer. I don't even do the best in this game. Our Zen is the best in this game, and he's not actually, would you say, an aggro character. He's got no movement ability. He's got the Discord, and he can do damage, and he kind of leads us as a team. Not that I don't do my part. Our Junker Queen definitely does her. But as I was saying, with the push game mode, because every fight is just going to be a straight-up 5v5 fight every single time. It's just straight-up team fight. The location might differ as opposed to 2CP or control or a slow moving payload. Everything is going to kind of be wide in the open here, so there's going to be a lot of tactics and team comps that are going to be easily countered or not going to be very successful from the onset, right? Their Junker Queen gets their ults, and they're kind of able to gain a little bit of control here. But as long as we retreat, stay alive, we can get those kills. Our tank's still there. We can win the bot, stall it before it can get to their barricade, and that's sort of the name of the game. And yes, there's only one tank. You're not going to get big peels, but we have the self-heal, right? We have the self-heal, and we have a bit more freedom. We have a bit more freedom as healers than we did in the past, because you're no longer as much expected to just be a heal bot for your tank, because maybe your tank is Junker Queen, not something you can really just pump heals into like you could Reinhardt or Risa, or that you have to do that if you have a Roadhog on your team, which they also tried, and that's just never gonna be a good idea. It doesn't matter if you're fucking bronze or Overwatch League level. Bad idea, not gonna work. We're fighting, we're stalling, we may be squishy, they may have changed to the Junker Queen at this point, but it's just not enough. We're just a better team. Maybe their DPSs are better than ours. I don't know, because our tank and our supports, including myself, was just so much better. I find a target, isolate him, boop him, make him retreat. He isn't in that fight, and our Junkrat takes advantage, kills both of their DPS. So, Lucio, obviously, not your typical healer with the amount of movement that he has. He's still a good duelist. Zen is a good duelist. Ana is a good duelist. Moira might be the best duelist in the entire game. They have tried Moira in this game, but with my speed and Zen's damage, whatever she can do, it's just not going to be enough. So maybe you aren't going to be able to play the same support in every single comp or on most maps like you could before. But if you're a support player, you know when to switch. You know how to play every single support. There's only like 3 support characters in this game. You should know how to play all of them, or at the very least all but one of them, right? It's fine if you don't know how to play Brig really well, or like me, I don't know how to play Mercy very well. She does take skill, and I don't have it. I go 36-4 on these people. Our Zen goes 45-3. We don't get as much healing as the enemy team, but that's because we were dominating them by pumping all the damage in the world into their heads, their faces, their feet. Aggressive support is the meta in Overwatch 2. Not every time, not every character. You can't go Caduceus Blaster crazy with Mercy, right? But depending on the map, game mode, and team comp, there's going to be a lot of wiggle room for freedom. There's going to be a lot of things that you couldn't really afford to do in Overwatch 1 that you can in Overwatch 2. And it's a ton of fun. It really is.